Brendan Eich has resigned from from the Mozilla Corporation. This was over his support, his donation to an anti-gay marriage thing was Proposition 8. I want to give some background information on Mozilla and the work they do, because this gets lost in the story and people they miss a fundamental part of the story. So anyway, the Mozilla Corporation is owned by the Mozilla Foundation, and they basically are like champions of the open internet. They develop an open source web browser as well as an email client, and they involved in a number of other projects. Obviously, the web browser and the email client are the most widely known and recognized. And so it's not a traditional sort of for-profit company. This is a company that is a collaborative community effort. There are volunteers all around who work to develop and improve the Firefox web browser, along with many other of the projects that Mozilla does. So it's a community, collaborative effort that involves thousands of people around the world. And so when I first read that he resigned, I was more supportive of him, and my feeling was that if that's his personal view, although I strongly disagree with it, it shouldn't lead to him losing, having been forced to resign. As long as it doesn't interfere with his ability to do his job, it shouldn't be an issue. I thought it's more important. He's got the technical skills and the know-how to lead this community. That's the most important thing. But as I thought about it, as I read more, opinions and stuff on the story, my opinions changed somewhat. First and foremost, this is not just his privately held opinion. He's made a donation, which I don't know if it was leaked, or I think it's in California that it's a matter of public record. I think if it's over $100. So he was making a statement, and he should have been able to defend that statement. If he disagreed with the gay marriage for some reason, he should have been able to defend those views. And instead he just, in my opinion, talked in innuendo, and he never bothered to clarify what his view was on the matter. I just think he could have handled it better, and there were better ways of going about it. It's one thing to say, I'm for diversity of opinion and for all of these other things, but then I'm donating money to this cause. It's sort of contradictory, and people, will be alienated by it. So yeah, I don't know if this could have been handled better with the board directors at the Mozilla Corporation knew about this, or they thought that perhaps that it shouldn't matter, that they shouldn't be the arbitrators of what is acceptable and not, what their employees do, or what their beliefs are. So I don't know. And obviously the thing that saddens me the most is people stop using the Mozilla project, or whatever you want to call it, is damned if you do, damned if you don't. People who uninstalled and ditched the Mozilla Firefox browser because of this, because of they're not going to come back. And also the people now who are angry that Mozilla sort of like pressured him to resign. So Mozilla loses either way, and I just think it's very sad that it had to end up this way. I think I use Mozilla Firefox and Thunderbird on pretty much all the computers I own. And so I think it's very sad. I just wish that people would not punish Mozilla for his views either way, and for the decisions they made. I think it was just difficult under the circumstances, and they probably didn't think that it would end up this way, that they would be drawn into this conflict. But yeah, I think it should have been handled a lot better. There were probably better ways, especially the ball mainly rested in his court. He was the main person who had the most to, what's the word I'm looking for? He was the one who had the most to answer for, and he should have clarified his views and what he thinks now, but he didn't. And so when you're working with thousands of volunteers around the world, pretty much the only thing is the goodwill and their belief in this project. It doesn't help if there's this single individual which is sort of a wedge and is going to be quite divisive. I mean, Silicon Valley and a lot of technology in general, in my opinion, especially in open source, the people are quite libertarian or, you know, very liberal, and a lot of them are in support of gay rights. And so, you know, I don't know, he should have just had the foresight to see that this would have become a problem. And so, yeah, I just think he could have handled the situation a lot better. You know, when you start taking active steps in support of an opinion or a belief, you can no longer just say, you know, it's personal anymore. It's like me saying, I want to ban Coca-Cola on every country on the face of the earth and just say that's my personal opinion. It's not if I'm trying to, you know, if it affects other people's lives. I should be able to provide the reason and the justification behind that. Why am I doing this in the first place? So anyway, I just feel very sorry for the Mozilla Foundation, the Mozilla Corporation, and Mozilla in general. I think they do tremendous work, and it's just very sad that they had to get into the on front page news because of this. But anyway, so that's what I think on the whole matter.